Atma Namaskar. This is Shalu. Today let's talk about depression. If the pharmaceutical companies had their way, everyone complaining about dark, relentless mood would have a prescription for an antidepressant. I have worked as a pharmacist for many years before I did my yoga teachers training course, and I've dispensed many antidepressants. Most of them work by increasing serotonin in the body, which then increases our feeling of well being. Yoga is a natural way of increasing a feeling of well being. Various studies indicate that yoga is beneficial treatment for treating depression and anxiety. Having said that, exercising with depression or anxiety is not an easy task. Some days you feel too fatigued and even too hopeless to get on a yoga mat. So please allow yourself time and permission to do as little as possible. Even if you spend 10 minutes a day, try to start with deep breathing, meditation, or some simple stretches. Take action and do something. Try to incorporate these tips into your practice. To stay away from the dull pool of emotions, try to engage your senses by keeping your eyes open throughout your asana practice. And if you feel anxious, then take a break, pause, and take few deep exhalations to relax your mind. Now, chronic depression involves negative thoughts, feeling hopeless, worthless, or even angry at life or at yourself, and a feeling that life is horrible. If you're constantly plagued by negative thoughts and you have become incapacitated due to depression or anxiety, then please seek medical advice. But the postures which are extremely helpful to treat chronic depression are chest opening backward bending poses like Bhujangasana, that is cobra pose, Dhanurasana, bow pose, camel pose, fish, which is Matsyasana, bridge or Setubandhasana, and Bharadwaj twist. These poses help to elevate emotions by creating space for breath to move freely and release any blockage in and around the heart. While in the pose, practice deep breathing. Now, backward bending postures can be very intense for the back muscles and the spine muscles. So always follow them with a gentle back stretch like child pose to counterbalance the position of the spine. Now, downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Shvasasana is a wonderful pose to combat depression. Now, there are a lot of people who suffer from another type of depression that is marked by high levels of anxiety. Everyone gets worried and anxious and scared at times, but feeling extremely worried or afraid most of the time, or even feeling panicky, they're signs of an anxiety disorder. There are so many people who are experiencing anxiety because we are facing a distressing threat like the new coronavirus, and there is a lot of fear and uncertainty about the disease. Try to practice forward bend like Paschimottanasana or head on knee pose to relax the nervous system, and which goes into overdrive when you feel anxious, fearful, or nervous. Inverted poses like headstand, shoulder stand, or even standing forward bend like Uttanasana are extremely helpful as they bring oxygenated blood to the head area and also relieve anxiety and irritation. Downward facing dog. If you visit John Hopkins' site, How to Deal with Coronavirus Anxiety, it says that if you have done your downward facing dog yoga pose today, you are probably already feeling more relaxed. Then plow, which is Halasana, and Setubandhasana are also very helpful as they relieve irritability. So there are videos available on the channel about how to do these asanas, but there will be another video sequence which will be uploaded soon, how to treat depression. So please subscribe to the channel to get updates about the latest videos. After the asana practice, make sure you stay in Shavasana for some time and practice deep breathing. And try to look deep inside to discover where the tension are and where the pain resides, and send breath to push the tension and pain out. Now, deep breathing and pranayam, they also help to reduce stress, anxiety, and they're also very helpful to increase our lung capacity and boost our immune system. So try to practice them in this sequence. Start with Om chanting, then some cleansing techniques like Kapalabhati, then fast breathing, Bhastrika Pranayam, then Alom Vilom, Bhramri Pranayam, and at the end, practice slow abdominal breathing or diaphragmatic breathing in this order. Now, a very simple but very powerful technique recommended by Harvard Health to deal with anxiety is square breathing. So let's see how it's done. So visualize your breath traveling along a square, and as you inhale, then hold your breath or exhale. Slowly count to 3 on each side. So inhale up the first side of the square, 1, 2, 3. Hold the breath across the top, 1, 2, 3. Exhale down, 1, 2, 3, and hold the breath across the bottom, 1, 2, 3. After a few minutes, you should be feeling calmer and more centered, and try to practice this for at least 10 to 20 minutes every day. Now, practicing meditation is another wonderful tool to help us stay in the present moment. The purpose of meditation is not to push away the negative thoughts or pretend that they're not there, but just notice them, acknowledge them, accept them, and then let them go. It will help to disrupt the cycle of negative thinking. You may experience feeling of sadness, anger, fear, or even tears during your meditation practice. That's okay. They have been waiting to get out for a long time. Now, there is another simple self-induced quietening of brain activity from Harvard Health, which has aspects of both transcendental and mindfulness meditation. So sit comfortably in a chair or on the floor with your back straight and close the eyes. Relax all your muscles, beginning with your feet, then thighs, legs, then neck and shoulders. Breathe slowly and deeply. And on each exhalation, say the word peace to yourself, or you can even chant out loud. That helps to drown your thoughts. When stray thoughts interfere, as they will, let them come and go and return to the chanting. You can choose any word or mantra. Continue this for 10 minutes and try to practice this for 10 to 20 minutes twice a day or at least once a day. Within just few weeks of regular meditation, you should see a noticeable change in your mood and stress levels. Now, other than practicing yoga, meditation, or exercise and eating healthy meals, there are few yuktis which can help to prevent or avoid depression. Express gratitude. Write down and even provide details about what you're grateful for and how it's improving your life. Give your soul some time each day and write down your dreams. Whenever you wash your hands, as all of us are doing many times a day, take a moment and say to yourself, I fill my heart with gratitude for what's going well. So as you think, so you become. You can say to yourself, I'm well, I'm happy, I'm peaceful. It's the power of positive thinking. Connect with friends and loved ones. Understandable, it's difficult to socialize when you're feeling depressed. So you can join a group that is devoted to something for which you have a strong passion for, and various online options are available. Reduce stress. Avoid overcommitting to things and learn to let go what you can't control. And mindfulness meditation is very helpful there. Get adequate sleep. You can try and practice Yog Nidra or guided meditation to help you relax and sleep. Spend time with nature and get fresh air and sunshine as much as possible, which helps the body to make vitamin D. Participation in yoga can ease loneliness and provide an environment for healing and support. You can feel increased mental and physical energy, a boost in alertness and enthusiasm, and fewer negative feelings after getting into a routine of yoga practice. So keep practicing. Stay happy, healthy, calm and active. Wishing you peace, light and happiness. Thank you and Hari Om Tat Sat.